Welcome back, everyone, here to the Bronx Talk Show. Today's April 7th, episode 12. And the Yankees keep on rolling, pick up 2 series wins this week. First, it was against the Arizona Diamondbacks, coming off of a sweep against the Houston Astros. They go into Arizona, they take 2 out of 3. They had a nice battle in extra innings in the finale against Arizona. Verdugo, that big home run, Judge, that double. Great to see. And the Yankees got it done in the finale. And then this past weekend, the home opener, Yankees dropped the first one, but rebounded nicely on Saturday night with a 9-8 win. 3 home runs in that game from Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, and Anthony Rizzo. And then today, the Yankees take the rubber game and pick up their third series win of the year. And great game. Giancarlo Stanton, big grand slam. Some very other amazing plays as well. Anthony Volpe, 3 for 4. I believe a couple stolen bases, stole second and third base. I was at 2 of the games, Christian. I was at the home opener, and I was at today's game. And the fans are electric. The Juan Soto energy is amazing. Everyone's into it. It's loud. Stanton's grand slam today with the bat flip. The energy is there. And you can definitely feel some magic in the Bronx already. So my weekend was great. Christian, how was yours?
Pretty good. One complaint I kind of had though, because the energy did seem great, but when they were introducing the players Friday, I don't know if this is how it was at the stadium. I could not hear anything from the fans because the music was so loud on the TV. It was like I was turning my volume up. All I could hear was just like the blasting EDM music, which kind of
Yeah.
sucked because I love like you get to hear, Juan Soto gets a ton of cheers and see what they do for Boone. Did Boone get cheers?
Boone did. I mean, he got some. He got booed.
He got booed?
Uh, Boone did get booed.
I
Soto
don't know
was
about that.
an electric one. I found it funny because they called out a guy like Jemiah Jones, and it was like, yeah, like it was just nothing there. Jemiah Jones, maybe they get a start soon. Hasn't gotten a start yet for the Yankees. Only appeared in that one game with them. So he's getting some free baseball action going on there. I picked up this Juan Soto jersey at the home opener. So that was cool. But yeah, I mean the Yankees went out there, they got the job done, and there was some pressure. Losing the home opener, right? Getting shut out, wasted a great start from Stroman, right? And there's some pressure, going out the next day. You're facing Kevin Gausman, one of the game's best pitchers on the mound. The Yankees crushed him. Bottom line, they crushed him. Stanton, home run, Judge, 2-run homer, Rizzo went deep in that game. And, Yanks were able to hold on. Little sweaty there at the end. They did win 9-8. I texted you this, Christian. MLB, I was on Instagram during the game, and MLB posted that the Yankees won 9-5 on their Instagram.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, wait, am I behind here? I'm like, wait, am I behind? So I'm checking the comments, and everyone's like, the game's not over yet. So I was ready to blow a fuse. Like they lost, but they held on 9-8. And then go out there today. You're at home. Go out there, take care of business. Christian, I thought Luis Hill, watching him in person, I thought he pitched well. I mean, only went those 4 innings, but did pick up 8 strikeouts. I thought the fastball was good once again. He was getting squeezed there by Angel. So there was some, control problems for sure, but he's still young. He's growing. I thought Luis Hill looked solid again today. I don't know what your takes are on it, but I thought he looked good once again.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't think you could have any complaints about him, especially as a 5 starter, just getting thrown in the rotation. And then, I mean, and same thing really in Arizona. He's giving us good starts. Especially the Arizona start. He looks sharp. I mean, his fastball looks like really, really electric. I think, I mean, really the last piece of the puzzle for him is just the length. But,
Yeah.
he's coming off a big injury. Obviously, he's going to get eased into the season here. So, look, I'm excited for what I'm seeing from Luis Hill. And, I've kind of referenced this a few times, but look, we'll see if Nestor can figure it out, because his first two starts have looked really bad. And I know some people, you say, oh, he just has to figure out how to do it in the first. I mean, really, both his starts, I didn't think he even looked really good after the first inning. I think kind of the bats just cooled down. His first two starts, bottom line, I just don't think Nestor has looked good at all. So, if that keeps up and Heel continues to progress, could be a tough decision. When Cole comes back in the rotation, what do you do with that? Does Nestor go to the bullpen? Maybe it's a little early to be talking about that. But yeah, I mean, Luis Gil's look great.
Yeah, another guy who's looked great in the rotation, Marcus Stroman. I mean, this guy's getting me excited, Christian, because home opener, grew up a Yankees fan, and he comes out there. I was at the game, and he's coming out of the bullpen, Christian, and he turns around. I mean, people are saying Stroman, but nothing like too crazy. He turns around, looks at the bleachers, creatures, and starts going like this. Hands over his head, smacking his glove, beating his chest. Energy got me fired up from the start. Throws 6 shutout innings. I mean, his stuff looked brilliant. And his start that he had in Houston was amazing too. And this guy has the swagger. He has the energy to play in New York. And just, by watching him in the home opener, like, this guy could be electric for the playoffs. I think Marcus Stroman, and maybe it's a little too early to say, but I feel like Marcus Stroman could definitely pitch a big game in the Bronx in the playoffs, because I feel like he's locked in and he wants this. He's strutting off the mound after he strikes out Vladimir Guerrero, who there's something to talk about him. We get to that a little later or whenever. But, yeah, I love him. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Marcus Stroman so far.
Yeah, I think I know where you're going with the Vlad, but
yeah,
we could save that for later. I mean, we'll talk about some of the guys who have impressed us later. To recap the week quickly, Monday, Yanks took it down against Arizona. Pretty sloppy game from the Diamondbacks.
yeah.
I think that was when they had the whole they scored like 2 runs on like a base hit. Arizona was throwing the ball all over the place.
Yep.
But look, there's something to be said for, you have speed, you run the base as well, you put pressure on the other team, and that kind of happened. Then Tuesday, Yanks get shut out by the Diamondbacks. Another kind of shaky start from Nestor. And then Wednesday, Yanks rebound in extras. Didn't like how it was going, especially with, I mean, we know how bad the Yankees have been in the past in extra innings.
Yeah.
But look, I mean, they got the lead. They went, Arizona tied it up, and then put their foot right on the gas again in the 11th. And that's big. Torres had a big at bat there. Soto, I think, had a sac fly, also had a really good at bat.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a trend that we've seen. If the Yankees are consistently putting good at bats together and putting pressure on the other teams, you're just going to grind out runs. And you're still going to have your guys like Judge and Stanton blasting home runs, right? That's kind of like the foundation of the team. But if you can also just 1 through 9 continue to prolong at bats, you can wear teams out. And I mean, Wednesday, like, that game was a toss-up, but Yanks got and a crazy finish with the pitcher, because I don't know about you, but pitcher coming to the plate, I didn't like that at all. I mean,
oh my God,
it was so scary. The thought of a loop over first, walk, hated it.
Yeah, I was watching that game on the Yes app in the car. I was picking up a pizza, so I'm watching this game. And I don't know if someone asked the manager of Arizona. It wasn't Torey Lavelle. Is that his name? I don't know. I don't know if someone asked the manager. I was baffled he let that reliever bat, because he has to have some sort of starting pitcher. I mean, I know all pitchers are like garbage at hitting. I mean, that's why they brought in the DH, right? But I mean, I'm saying to myself, this reliever's never hits it. He's a reliever. This guy's never hit since high school, right? Maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe this guy's hit sometime in his career, but it was his first major league plate appearance. I'm thinking to myself, right, there's no one left on the bench. But you got to have some pitcher who's had at bats in the National League before, or someone who's hit. Because I was thinking like, what if the Yankees have brought in like like it's the same thing, Christian, and they have like they bring up like Ian Hamilton to bat. I'm thinking, why don't you give Nestor the bat, or why don't you give someone else? Like I didn't get that, but I mean that's a small, minute thing. I guess all bets could be off at that point, but Yanks do hold on. Verdugo, big swing. I thought that could have gotten him going. Still a little slow. He's hit some He's hit some balls hard. He's still looking to find it though. But that was a huge home run. I'd say his signature Yankee moment. And then
Yeah.
Judge big double that in that game too. So it was great to go in there and get the job done because Arizona was a good team.
They are a good team, and yeah, I mean it was kind of a team win. Thank God the Diamondbacks didn't still have Madison Bumgarner on their team. I mean he is better than some major league hitters. But yeah, I mean throwing the reliever out there, just throw your strikes. And Yanks almost got a little freebie on the last strike call. Then they went back home, going against Toronto. We had an earthquake on Friday. You can make your Blue Jays jokes; those are so funny. But yeah, I mean Friday Yanks got shut out. Wasn't great. That was the game Ryan was at, and it did feel like the Yanks kind of were gonna come back. I mean the crowd was super into it. We were knotted up at 0, and then just a really bad sequence of events with, it was like wild pitch.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of just took the Yankees out of the game.
Yeah.
And not a great, that was Santana's Yankee debut, right?
Yeah, he pitched great, but then he pitched not great. He pitched good. He got in some trouble. And then I think Ferguson or I think Ferguson came in and then just.
Yeah, so I mean, well, Ferguson relieved Stroman, and he gave up the home run. But then I think the wild pitches were Santana.
Okay. I think Birdie
I don't think
got
it was
in that game.
Yeah, and then Birdie came in at the end, but I mean, it was kind of just not a great look. Then Saturday though, Yanks bounced back. Really, really scary at the end there.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But look, they hold on 9-8, and then today, Sunday, pretty solid win. Stanton got going. We're going to talk about him in just a bit. But yeah, I mean, Yanks win another series, and no complaints with that.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It was a great series for the Yankees. Great couple series. Being back at home was definitely wonderful to see. And all the Juan Soto stuff, and they have the Dominican Republic flags going on, and yeah, I mean it was great stuff all around. I feel like there's a lot of guys in the Yankees lineup right now that are hitting really, really well. There's a lot of great things going on, but Christian Giancarlo Stanton has got hot. He's gotten hot. And it's good to see because, Giancarlo Stanton, start of the season, he was kind of sluggish, right? Like he hit that one home run in Houston, but then the strikeouts were there. I think he struck out, I want to say 3 times. Was it 3 times on the home opener? Had some bad strikeouts, swung at some bad pitches. And I'm like, oh, man, here we go again. But, give him credit. Stanton played really, really well the next 2 games of the series. Did he go 3 for 3 yesterday? 2 for 3? Had the home run in.
Hits, yeah.
Yeah, Saturday had the home run, picked up 3 hits, and then today, goes big fly with the grand slam, and that was an absolute bomb. I mean, that was fire. He hit it off the bat. I looked, I knew it was gone. I looked back at him, the bat flip. So if the Yankees get Stanton going, I mean, that is so lethal. Because Stanton's a really, really good hitter. It's just how much is still there. I feel like the talent is still there. Definitely, I mean, you could see it just how far and how hard he hits the ball. It's the frequency level. How frequent are we going to see Giancarlo Stanton be able to do that throughout the season? And I definitely think him getting hot right now is big for the lineup. But also another thing I noticed, Christian, I was out there on the field today, not on the field, I should say, in the outfield, and it's like at 45 minutes before the game. Giancarlo Stanton is the only one on the field, and he's going through a whole stretching routine, doing sprints in the outfield, and I'd like to see that because he's got to stay loose, has to stay healthy. But that was definitely big for Giancarlo Stanton, and I'm excited because if they could get him going and he could go nuclear Stanton, as Michael K likes to say, Yanks will be in a great spot.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, if Stanton doesn't have these two games that he has or that he had, we have a very different conversation about Stanton. We'd probably still be talking about him, but I mean, it would be when's Dominguez coming back? Who else can DH? Because I mean, he started off the season bad, and we've seen this before from Stanton, right? It takes him a while to get going.
Yeah.
Um, but it was kind of like the whole lineup is going except for you, and everyone's at least giving an at bat except for Stanton. But he has those two games, and we hope that he found something. But the reason I hold out hope with Stanton is because I'm not going to ignore all the spring training talk with him looking a lot healthier. And what I was saying before the season was, I think all this is great, but who knows if it'll actually translate to his swing, um, or really his play. I think the biggest thing with him, slimming down a little bit is he'll just be able to stay healthy. And that's kind of been the problem with Stan, right? He'll get hot and then he'll get injured and then he'll come back and he needs a few weeks to get in his groove. If he can just stay on the field now, then maybe he doesn't go through these crazy slumps and, he's a little bit more consistent. So I'm hoping that, what he did in the offseason is going to help that. And if so, if Stanton can become more of a consistent hitter, I know he's still going to be that home run guy, but
Yeah.
just eliminating, the 0 for 20s with 11 strikeouts.
Yeah.
If we can just get a little bit more consistent with that, then great. And then Stanton is going to positively contribute to the lineup. So great 2 games for Stanton. Stay on the field and keep it going, really, is what I'd say.
Yeah, of course. And look, Stanton is so big. He's so strong. He hits the ball harder than, anyone I've seen in my lifetime and anyone, anyone I see in the future probably. I mean, he's a unicorn. He's so big, he's so strong. The home runs are going to come. I mean, this guy can be, regardless of, he can't run anymore, he can't play the field. This guy could be 50 years old, Christian. I still think he can hit a ball 450 feet. Like, he's just that strong. So the home runs are going to come. It's just we got to, cut back on the strikeouts. And I'm not saying at all be a contact hitter. But, if we can make some more contact, be able to hit the ball, that's going to be really good for the Yankees. And it's easier said than done. But it's the slumps that have really killed the Yankees and Giancarlo Stanton because it's hard to win games when you have a guy who's an automatic out. He's a strikeout machine, and when he's going bad, he's going bad. I mean, they're not like even competitive at bats. I mean, They're throwing sliders like a foot off the plate, and he's swinging at them. And the good thing for Stanton is, Stanton's not the only guy. I mean, we're not looking for the guy that hit like 59 home runs and won the National League MVP in 2017. The Yankees don't need that guy. Would it be amazing? Of course. Would we love to see it? Absolutely. But the Yankees have help around him, okay? They got Gleyber Torres. They got Aaron Judge. They got Juan Soto, Anthony Rizzo. The list goes on and on, right? Alex Verdugo, if he could get going. The Yankees have help. Stanton just needs to be more consistent, and the Yankees will be in a really good spot. He's not batting, third or fourth. He's right there in that, like, fifth spot in the order, middle of the order. Just be consistent. And if the Yankees could avoid those large slumps, that'd be perfect. Now, obviously, he's a major league hitter. If he plays, let's say, 140 games this year, he's going to go through some slumps at some point. but the Yankees just can't go for the slumps that are like 0 for 20, 0 for 25, and 11 strikeouts. If he's in a slump and can hit a home run every now and then, the Yankees would take that, and they'll be in a really good spot. So they don't need that guy from 2017, but they do need consistency out of Stanton 100%.
Yeah, and I'm still skeptical of what we're gonna get from him, but it's a big 2 games, and the one thing I will say about him, I mean, was he getting booed on Friday? I assume so.
Yeah, I mean, he was getting some boos, but nothing noticeable. I don't know if you could hear it on the broad. I mean, there was some people around
Yeah,
him
I mean, I couldn't
booing,
really
but
hear it on TV,
yeah,
but the one thing is he can handle that, and he is probably maybe one of the best players who's ever handled New York like that. So,
hmm
even if he does go in the slump, I'm not worried about that. And honestly, that's really been what's kept him afloat because, if he had, I don't know if I guess the Joey Gallo mindset or
yeah,
whatever, this guy could have folded so easily in New York, but he's able
yeah.
to handle it, and that's why he's able to bounce back. So Stan has to keep going, obviously, but great step. And if he stays healthy, we'll see. We'll see what we can get. So let's talk about some of the other Yankees. I mean, we'll start off with the guy who's leading the American League, I think even baseball in WAR, Anthony Volpe.
Wow.
This guy, he's a whole new hitter this year.
hmm
And I mean, it is exactly this is like the player that Yankee fans were dreaming of when he came up last year. A guy that can go the other way, just hit line drive after line drive. And he's doing that this year. And I mean, he is such a weapon. And, I know it's because we were saying this all last year. Everyone was saying this that all you have to do is you don't need to hit the home runs, just get on base. But it's so much easier said than done, right? But he made the adjustments this offseason. It's already starting to pay off. And, this guy's now hitting over 400. He's a weapon on the base paths, and he's still playing a Gold Glove shortstop. So, I mean, I love what I'm seeing from Anthony Volpe.
I adore what I'm seeing. I'm gonna one up you there. I'm blown away with what I've seen from Anthony Volpe. He's doing all facets of the game extremely well and at an extremely high level. And I mean, he comes up to the plate, and you're like, boom, a ball's gonna be put in play here. And I mean, I was there at game one. I was there at game three of the series against Toronto, right? I mean, boom, guy comes up to the plate, line drive right field, bat to ball, and if he could keep this up, now I think he's batting like 411 right now. I don't even know. First, if you want to look up who's leading baseball in batting average, I expect Volpe's top 5, but he's batting like 411. He's not going to bat 400, obviously, but if he could keep putting balls in play and creating havoc on the base paths, I mean, today we saw him steal second, boom, gets right up, steals third. I mean, if the Yankees could get some of that from Volpe and he could have some of that extended success, I mean, oh my goodness. And if he keeps this up, Christian, he could be looking at an all-star season for himself. And another thing, he could find himself at the top of the Yankees order, setting things up for Soto and Judge. I think right now it's too early for that. I mean, it's been a week and a half, week basically of the season, a little week and a half, I guess. But look, he's looking amazing right now, and if he can keep this up, oh boy, the Yankees have found themselves a really, really good player, and he's being more of himself. Last year he was just like swinging for the fences, trying to hit a ball 450 feet. He's playing his game, and this is the player we expected. Maybe not right away, but Anthony Volpe is killing it right now, and I'm blown away, and I'm so excited that I'm seeing it.
Yeah, he's third in batting average.
Wow.
What's funny is, can you guess who's leading MLB in wins? The sole leader?
In wins, I feel like I saw this the other day.
It's Luke Weaver.
Luke Weaver's leading baseball in wins.
Yep, he has 3. Next closest is 2 with a bunch of people, but that's
Wow.
fun. And Yankees, it's funny because he got left in way, way too long Saturday. I mean, that almost turned into disaster, but hey, he's
Yeah.
a win machine. And, back to Volpe, I mean, kind of wrap it up. He's doing everything right. He's everything we could ask for. And if he can just keep this up, Yanks are going to be in great shape. And it's really not just the hits. I mean, he has tightened up his zone so much more this year. That was another thing. He was kind of swinging at balls. He's so much more disciplined. And I mean, look, if he can keep this up, he's going to be awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, him and Bobby Witt, I really think could be like the future of, the next conversation, like who's the better shortstop. I
Wow.
mean, they're both the same, really toolkit, and yeah, I mean, I love what I'm seeing from Volpe. Another guy, I know we kind of talked about him a little bit earlier, but Marcus Stroman, great two
Mm.
first outings for the Yankees. I'll talk about Fridays a little bit. He locates so well,
Yeah.
and he's not going to overpower, with his fastball or sinker, whatever you want to call it. But he's just going to dot pitches, and the ability, righty on righty to just sinker, backdoor, strike one, strike two. He just gets ahead and counts. He generates weak contact. I love what I'm seeing from Stroman.
Yeah, me too. I mean, the ability to have that location, I think, is it's very unique. I mean, I don't know if you see a ton of guys be able to have that sort of location, especially in today's game, Christian. I feel like there's less and less pitchers with that good location just because they throw so hard. It's hard for a guy to come out of the bullpen or a starting pitcher and, they're throwing 100 miles an hour to locate the ball every time. And, obviously there's some exceptions to that, but I feel like his ability to locate pitches is very unique, and I love to see it. Ground ball pitcher is definitely something very nice, and when you have that ability, you always feel confident you can make a big pitch at any time. It doesn't matter how fast you throw. If you can put the ball wherever you want it anytime, you're gonna get outs, and it gives me confidence, and I'm sure it gives the Yankees confidence, and obviously Stroman as well. When you're in a jam and you're in a big situation, to be able to locate that pitch to get that out and in a big spot. So I like that. I'm very impressed with Stroman. Anthony Volpe just talked about looking really, really good. Yeah, I mean, very exciting stuff, and those two players have definitely shined.
Yeah, and anyone who was concerned about Aaron Judge, he got going this week, which was obvious. 2 homers. He had a big double in Arizona, and he's Judge, and I think we kind of got a preview of how this lineup can be so lethal because Juan Soto is going to be Juan Soto, and he's just going to work at bats and get on base. I mean, I know he kind of slowed down a little bit this week, but his at bats are still awesome. I mean,
Yeah,
he can work an 0-2 count and just then lay off any pitch that's not in the zone. And then you have Judge coming up to the plate. It's awesome. It's hard for pitchers, and especially then when you have guys behind him, Judge like Rizzo and Stanton. There's just you have to pick a guy to pitch to, and when 3 out of 4 of those guys are going, it's just you're just going to generate runs every time you go through the order. So and that starts with Judge. Well, I guess it starts with Soto, but I mean Judge clicking, that's the piece that really gets it going.
yeah. I mean, when you look at the lineup, I mean, there's so many guys that have made All-Star team. Gleyber Torres All-Star team, Juan Soto All-Star team, Judge All-Star team, Stanton, Rizzo, Verdugo hasn't gotten it going yet. I don't know if he's made an All-Star team, but I mean, there's a lot of guys in that lineup that are All-Stars, and they're really, really good hitters. And I think Saturday was a really good example of what the Yankees had in mind. Soto walk, Judge home run, and I feel like we're going to be seeing that a lot this year. And it's really, really exciting to see. And Soto's just going to benefit from Judge behind him, and Rizzo's going to benefit from Judge in front of him, and so on and so forth. The protection is there, and the lineup is very, very lethal. I mean, they have gotten shut out a couple of times, but I mean, they have been able to put up lots and lots of runs and, have those big innings. And I think for the most part, Christian, I mean, other than opening day when they had a couple of those opportunities, I think for overall, the most part, I mean, we haven't really heard any talk about the Yankees not being able to score with runners in scoring position. I mean, I know we're a week and a half into the season, but I mean, I feel like it's so nice to not hear that. Like the Yankees are coming through. I think, another great example was today, the Yankees, I don't know, was it first and second, 2 out, or bases loaded, 2 out for Rizzo? Rizzo gets a walk and Stanton grand slam with 2 out. So the Yankees are getting it done with runners in scoring position. They had a rallied a couple runs there at the end. So it's nice to see. I think the lineup is so deep, and the amount of quality hitters you have in there is going to sustain long-term success. Because last year, sure, guy like Jake Bauers gets hot, guy like Billy McKinney gets hot, Yankees are going to win some games, right? But those guys aren't quality hitters, right? They cool off. Like, that's really all they have. But now the Yankees have so many quality hitters that if a couple of them cool off, a couple of them are going to get hot. And when you look at Yankees World Series teams that have won in the past, I mean, you look at those late 90s teams, the amount of quality hitters they had. And more recently, 2009, you go through almost every single person on that 2009 lineup, the amount of quality hitters you have. And the Yankees were missing quality hitters, last couple years and so on and so forth. But this year, they have a lot of quality hitters. They have a lot of guys that can do damage. They have a lot of power. And now they have speed. And that's a whole nother dynamic that they've added. And things are looking really, really good for the Yankees so far.
Yeah. And you still have guys that can get going and even make this lineup better, right? When Austin Wells starts playing a little better, Verdugo, even Torres, it's just a lineup that's going to get deeper. So, I think they're in great shape. I guess the last person really touch on Oswaldo. I mean, keeping it going. He's no more blasting home runs, but he looks like a much more complete hitter this year. I mean, even today, I mean, with Volpe on third and just punching a ball the other way.
Yeah.
I mean, look, everyone could have gotten excited after Oswaldo's first series, right? Obviously, he had a big 4 games, but I mean, really all throughout this week, his at-bats seem very, very good. Maybe like a lower tier of Juan Soto in terms of just a lefty that just competes, grinds out. And yeah, I mean, he's looked very disciplined, and his swing just looks smooth. I like what I'm seeing from Oswaldo. I really do.
I think he's the biggest surprise so far in this Yankees season. He's played phenomenal. I think a big thing that stuck out to me yesterday was Paul O'Neill mentioned on the broadcast. Cabrera's batting from the left side and, just takes the ball the other way. Great piece of hitting. He's batting from the left side. Ball's outside, punches it out to left field. Line drive, left field. I forget who scored. Got a nice little RBI. Like that quality of hitting. You don't need to swing for a home run all the time. It's going the other way. And Paul O'Neill was like, that's a great piece of hitting. And, Oswaldo looks really, really solid. And, if he keeps playing like this, I wonder what the Yankees are going to do, because who knows what you're going to get out of DJ LeMahieu. He's injured. You don't know what he's going to get. You don't know what you're going to get when he comes back. So, if Oswaldo keeps playing well, he'll find playing time, and the Yankees will keep him in there. But yeah, I mean, the Yankees are 8-2. There's going to be a lot of guys that impressed us, but even with all the superstars they have, the Yankees have had some guys that maybe we weren't totally expecting come through in big moments, and it's been really, really exciting to see. it's just been great stuff. And the Yankees, Christian, I mean, we got to talk about this now. I've been dying to. Took 2 out of 3 from the Toronto Blue Jays. I hate the Toronto Blue Jays. I think they're arrogant. They are. They're cocky. They are. These aren't opinions. These are facts. They're weird. I don't understand trash talking when you don't have anything to say. And, the drama has been big. I mean, Verdugo runs his mouth. I'm not Verdugo. Vladimir Guerrero runs his mouth, and the Yankees seem to shut him up. He hits a walk-off a couple years ago, says this is my house. The Yankees are popping champagne in it the next day. That offseason says the Yankees are afraid to play the Blue Jays. And the Yankees went like 11-9 in regular season against them. I don't know. And then the whole stuff last year with Judge was cheating. And then, John Schneider calls Brad Wilkerson fat boy. I don't know. But how about Vladimir Guerrero down 6 runs? I knew the Blue Jays did make it close at the end, lost 9-8. But Vladimir Guerrero down 6 runs, opposite field home run, and shushes the Yankee crowd rounding third base. He's down 6 runs. Michael Kay and Paul O'Neill touched on it. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, what are your thoughts on it, Christian?
It's funny. I mean, look, if the Yankees weren't playing well, I guess it would be annoying, but I find it hard to do anything but just laugh. I don't get it at all. I mean, is it just lack of awareness of the situation? Do you just not give a shit about that you're losing and you're just happy that you hit a home run? Doesn't make any sense in my mind. I mean, I thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
To be shushing the crowd, losing like 8-3 or 9-3. What?
Yeah.
I don't know. And it's something that this is kind of like how the Blue Jays team operates. And look, I guess it'd be one thing if they were all, they were always in it and they're a good team, but they haven't done anything. I mean, it made the playoffs last year, didn't win a game.
Same thing in 22 as well.
Yeah, so it's just weird. I mean, it's something that this is kind of how the Blue Jays team runs. They like tease people. They do those weird celebrations, but it doesn't make sense when you're not good enough to back it up. And I mean, that was kind of like pushing it over the edge. I mean, to do that while you're losing, I don't get it. I'd be curious if someone asked him about that in a post game, because that just doesn't. I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think there's having fun, and then there's just stupidity and denial. I mean, I don't know, what's going on. I'm not a fan of Vlad at all. The Blue Jays jokes, I mean, are hilarious. I mean, you got Alek Manoah down there pitching in single A right now. I don't know. It's funny stuff. It's weird. IKS on that squad, maybe he'll show them the Yankee way, help them think a little straight. IKS had he had 3 Ks today for the Hawaiian Hustle. Wondered to see how he plays in Toronto.
Okay, so I have more here now on the situation.
Okay.
So Vlad said something that I do everywhere, regardless of the situation. That makes it even worse.
Yeah.
And then Blue Jays manager John Schneider said that's kind of his MO around third all the time. And I've said it before, they don't boo nobodies here in New York. Look, Vlad's a good player. Yankee fans boo him because he generally does well against the Yankees. But to do that when you're down 6 runs is stupid. And the fact that the Blue Jays manager defends that, says it's his MO, I think that says a lot about their organization.
Yeah, I mean they've had a lot of talented players come and go there, and they haven't been able to get it done. I watch the Blue Jays when they're playing the Yankees. I obviously follow, see what they're doing because they're the Yankees' rival in the division. Can't say I watch a lot of Blue Jays games though, but my opinion, I think it could be a culture issue there with Toronto. I don't know. They're annoying. They get under my skin, but you keep beating them. What are they gonna do? So, I love when the Yankees go out there and beat the Blue Jays, and when you're playing a division rival and they got loudmouths over there, it feels a little bit better when you're able to come away with the victory. And us as fans, I think we feel that, but there's no doubt in my mind the Yankees players in that clubhouse, want to go out there and play really well against the Blue Jays, and they want to play well against all teams, but. I think it means a little more when you go out there and you beat up on the Blue Jays. So it is what it is there. It was certainly interesting. The Yankees play the Blue Jays, I think, in a week or so. So there'll be round 2 up north there in Toronto, and we'll see how the new field looks. And did they was that last year? I think they renovated, got new stuff.
I believe so.
Yeah.
100%. But I don't know. Before we get into next week, I mean, really last thing, that was the first home series. I don't know if you saw the stat, but that was the first home series the Yankees won against a division rival since 2022.
Wow.
So, I mean, Yankees were a bad team in 2023, and that's good to finally get that out of the way. So let's get to next week. Yankees do play more baseball, and it starts tomorrow. Yankees supposed to be, I think, about 2:05, but they moved it back.
They changed. Yeah,
because of the solar eclipse. That should be fun to watch. But it's going to be Jesus Luzardo against Nestor Cortez on Monday at 6:05. This should be interesting because Jesus Luzardo has been in a lot of trade talks with the Yankees, and we've seen this before. If a guy comes in and pitches well against New York, it's right in front of Brian Cashman and the Yankees front office's eyes. So be on the lookout for him. Bearing an injury or two to the rotation, there's a chance we could end up with Luzardo at the trade deadline. And then Tuesday, it's going to be AJ Puck against Carlos Rodon. And then Wednesday, it's Ryan Weathers against Stroman. And then the Yankees go to Cleveland Friday. No probables yet for that. But 3-game series against Cleveland Friday through Sunday. And Marlins have also been terrible to start the season. They just got their first win today.
Yeah, what is their record? 1-8?
1-8.
Yikes.
Not good.
Not good. I mean, you got to beat up on the bad teams. I mean, certainly it's early on, but, no one wants to start out that bad. But, still plenty of time. And, the Yankees can't expect to, just stop all over the Marlins. I mean, we don't really totally know what this team is like yet, but I'll tell you one thing. They're going to want to win. They want wins badly, right? They're 1-8. They don't want to lose anymore. They got their first win today. You don't know what that could start. So if I'm the Yankees, I'm definitely not taking the Marlins lightly, and I'm giving them everything I have because they're going to be aggressive, and they're going to want to win really, really bad. They got some good players over there in Miami, but, I do think the Yankees are the better team and got to go out there, take care of business, and it'd be nice to see Nestor Cortez have a bounce-back start. That would be really nice to see, but who knows? But the Marlins 1-8, terrible, and I don't know. Some people are expecting them to be a decent squad, but they're 1-8. There's always that one team, couple teams every year that underachieve. Maybe that team is the Marlins, but I'm telling Yankees right now, you can't take them lightly. They're gonna be aggressive. I mean, it's only a week and a half in the season. Not like I said, no one wants to start 1-8. I mean, that's atrocious, but there's still so much time left.
Yeah.
So, they're not just some garbage can that's coming in here that you're looking to sweep. You got to give them everything you have. And, I'd hope for the most part, Boone treats it that way as well with the off day Thursday. But the eclipse, Christian, I mean, what's going on here? We had an earthquake, 4.8 magnitude earthquake. You don't even get earthquakes like that on the East Coast. Like, that's rarer than rare. You get an earthquake, and now we're having a lunar eclipse. The world is ending. I think it is, because I mean, this is crazy stuff. And apparently in New Jersey, which is where me and Christian live, North Jersey, apparently it's supposed to get 90% dark. Did you hear that, Christian?
I did. No, I mean, some schools have canceled because of that. Because I mean, you're going to be coming out at like 3 o'clock, and it's just going to be pitch black.
Yeah, and you can't like look up either, like blind you or something.
The
That's
world
scary.
is ending, and of course, it happens when the Yankees are playing well.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. I mean, what are you going to do? But I don't know. I mean, there's some big astrology people out there, and this is like their life. They've lived for this. And apparently, we had one 5 or 6 years ago. Apparently, that was a different one. I've talked to some people about this. None of them are experts on astrology, but there's some pretty smart people. And apparently, I could be wrong, but apparently this eclipse happens once every 90 years. So me and Christian, we'll never see it again.
Wow. I don't know how long you plan on living.
Oh, well, what are you trying to go? 120?
108 would do it.
Well, 108, yeah.
I feel like there's a solar eclipse though. I feel like there's always something like this, but I don't know. Apparently, it's supposed to be cool.
Yeah, I don't know. It would be cool. Like, play the game at 2:05. Wear the sunglasses you have to wear, and put the lights on for 5 minutes.
That would be so like dystopian. You just have a whole crowd of Yankee fans with their solar eclipse glasses. You have the lights on at 2:05, or I guess 3. That'd be cool.
I want to get them. I want to look at this thing. I don't know where you go to get those.
I think the library. Well, my mom tried to go to the library, but they're completely sold out. I think I might just take my chances. Just give a quick look.
Yeah, double shake. Yeah, I'm giving it a quick look too.
I'll like squint.
Yeah, no, I'm giving. I mean, I'm not staring at this thing, and I know like if there's any like major astrology guy here, he's probably freaking.
Don't do it. No.
Yeah.
You're gonna go blind.
I'm giving a quick look. I want to see what it is. I mean, I'm not trying to blind myself, but I'm gonna take a quick look. But they should like what you gotta do? You gotta like buy a pair on Amazon. I'm sure they have it. Now it's too late because it's tomorrow. But that's what you gotta do. You gotta go like 2 weeks in advance, gotta buy a pair on Amazon. I don't even know. But there's some people driving.
Or like a small business. Somebody just sells solar eclipse glasses. This is your moment.
I was walking out of Yankee Stadium today, Chris. You always get the guy selling the $5 Yankee hats, and the T-shirts, like the bootleg crap. You guys should have been selling some solar eclipse glasses.
That would have been amazing business.
I know.
Someone should have done that outside the stadium today.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying, but I don't know. This eclipse is it's crazy. Some people like this is their life, and I don't get it. I mean, what is this eclipse supposed to last? It's going to be dark for like 2-3 minutes, and then it's
supposed to be like an hour.
Really, it's an hour?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
I don't know.
It should
be cool.
I don't know. It's cool stuff. Eclipses. I mean, look, earthquakes and eclipses. I don't know what's going to be next. If we had IKF on the team, I'd say, "Oh, he's going to hit a home run." He's not. But I don't know.
It's the Rougned-Odor effect. I can't believe we didn't talk about it, but
yeah, we should touch on that.
Ryan's favorite player is back.
So, for those of you who don't know, 2021, Rougned-Odor with the Bombers. I mean, the guy's an electric player. Punched Jose Bautista in the face. I mean, no filter on this guy. Hitting bombs, playing second base. I played second base. Fire. Amazing. comes back on a minor league deal with the Yankees, beard is shaved. Can't wait to see him hitting some bombs in Scranton, Pennsylvania. You never know, Christian. You never know. He starts getting hot
We
down
are
there.
100% going to see him this season.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
can
yeah.
guarantee you.
I can't wait for a Rugi bomb the Bronx, right? Jemiah Jones, you better watch out, pal. Here comes the Rugnet Odor show. I don't know. I mean, he's Rugnet Odor. I mean, that was crazy. But I mean, I like it. Nice depth, veteran hitter. He's played more third base. I mean, he's not good at third base at all. But I know he played some third base with San Diego last year. Yeah, so cool stuff there. He was from the Yorkami Giants, and they wanted to put him in the minor leagues in Japan. And Rugi's like, dude, I'm Rugnet Odor. Do you know who I am? So he demanded his release, and he's like, oh, let me try to get back to the big leagues. And he comes over to the Yanks. And Christian, I don't know if you want to double check this. He's like 29 years old. But
No.
he's not. What?
No.
What did you say? Yeah, he's like 28, 29.
He's 30. Oh my gosh. What?
Yeah, 30 years old for Rugi. Not that old. Could we see a second prime Matt Carpenter-esque Rugnet Odor American League MVP? He gets up here in the next week. You got a shot. You got a shot.
He came up when he was 20. Wow.
Was he ever like that good?
I mean, his best season was 2015, or I guess 2016, an 800 OPS. No, he was never that good.
Yeah, he was never like an all-star. I mean, solid player. Right, but hey, I mean, everyone's gonna remember him punching Jose Bautista in the face. I hated Jose Bautista. I mean, guy's a nice guy, but I mean, Kelly Yang is.
He probably started this whole Blue Jays mess.
Oh my gosh, that's
him and Josh Donaldson. Dude,
yeah,
Josh Donaldson's probably, honestly, if we want to tie this all back together, Josh Donaldson's probably the one who started the culture in Toronto with bat flipping and doing all this bullshit because, look, I mean, they're still doing it.
Yeah,
and also Donaldson would do that stuff on the Yankees.
Yeah, as Pete likes to say, he used to call him shitty skunk mullet. Like, got the gray hair. I mean, guys can still play defense, but he's pathetic with the bat. He was just absolutely abysmal, atrocious. Yeah, and that's an all-time blunder for the Yankees. And, you know, Rortvet's with Tampa, IKF's doing his thing in Toronto, and Josh Donaldson closed out his career as a Brewer, and end of that. So it's a really bad trade. Maybe we'll see Rugi at some point. You think so, Christian? Okay, so hey, see some Rugi action, and you know, one thing, I guess we'll close it out. I don't want to end it on a bad note, though. So I have to do something cool. But Jonathan Lasaiga is getting Tommy John, which sucks. And it came out, like, quick. I mean, he just pitched in Arizona. Sucks for him. I mean, I was expecting a big year. He looked great first few outings. And it's really unfortunate. And it's not good for the game, Christian. And, you know, MLB has numerous problems, and this is certainly up there on top of the list. I mean, the arm injuries have been brutal. We saw Shane Bieber's getting Tommy John.
Thank God the Yankees not trade for him. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable. And you know, they were talking about it briefly on the broadcast yesterday, and just the human body's not meant to throw a baseball. And when you try to push beyond what it's not even allowed to do and start throwing 98, 99, 100, you know, you're going to have arm injuries at some point. And I don't even know how you're able to regulate that. I mean, I don't even know how you're able to fix that. There's weird things. There was some weird stuff going on in the MLB. Sir John Fisher with the A's said, can't wait to see Aaron Judge hit home runs against my team. Me too, pal. But, Yeah, they're playing in Sacramento. They're not going to be called the Sacramento, California, Oakland, or Las Vegas A's. They'll just refer to them as the Athletics, which is interesting. And I don't know. Otani, sports betting. I don't know if there's been an update on that. I'll actually look that up later. But crazy stuff going on in the MLB. But the Yankees are 8-2. Is that the best record in baseball, Christian?
Yes. No, it's tied, I think, with the Pirates.
Oh, Pirates are that good too?
Yeah, Pirates, good start. So
they started off that way last season too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bottom line, it's 10 games. So, got to keep winning. Got to keep
winning.
Got to keep going.
Got to keep winning. And we'll be in a good spot. But, hey, I think every Yankee fan can all agree on one thing. The start of the season has been extraordinary, is the word I would say. 8-2, can't ask for much better than that. I mean, all three of these teams that the Yankees played, each and every one of them could definitely make the playoffs. I think, Astros have looked really bad so far. But, I'd still say they're a heavy contender, and Arizona just made the World Series. And, like we said before, Toronto hasn't been able to get it done, but they have made the playoffs last 2 years. So, look, it is what it is, but I'm definitely happy with the way the Yankees have played these last 3 games. It's great to be back at the ballpark, and it's great stuff all around. Christian, you have anything else you'd like to say?
I'm good. I'm excited. Solar eclipse, then Yankee game tomorrow. Let's do it.
6:05. So if you kiddos out there, you can stay up, watch games. It's probably going to be over at like 9 or something. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us, spending your Sunday evening with us. And the Yankees look great. And another game tomorrow and the lunar eclipse. And comment down below which one you're more excited for. I'm more excited for the Yankees. I'd go blind for a Yankees win tomorrow. Someone said, you look at the sun, you're going blind, but the Yankees will win. I'll do it. But, yeah. Next video, if I'm wearing sunglasses or an eye patch, you know what happened. All right, but all joking aside, I'll be careful. But yeah, it is what it is. So thank you for joining your evening with us, and we'll see you next week.
All right, peace guys. Thank you.